Hello and welcome to the March 2017 book talk of what I've been reading. A quick overview: 5 stars, loved it; 4 stars, liked it; 3 stars, it was okay. Those that I would rate with a 2 and 1, I generally don't share for a book talk. The first book I want to talk about is If You Come Softly by Jacqueline Woodson. I'm rating it 3 stars. I really like parts of it. Other parts I wasn't crazy about. I'll go over that in a second. The copyright date on this one was 1998 is when it was published. So just from the back of the book here, an unexpected romance. Jeremiah is black, Ellie is white and Jewish. Their worlds are so different, but to them, that's not what matters. To them, the only thing that matters is being together. Unfortunately, to others, the only thing that matters is keeping them apart. So this book, I heard about through a blog initially, and then one of the Win book clubs decided to read it. And it's had really, really great reviews, even more recently. But the general opinion in the book club was that this book is kind of outdated. It's about interracial relationships, and they felt like that's really not an issue, and maybe it was a bigger issue back in 1998 when this book was published 19 years ago. So it is a little bit older, but on Amazon.com, like I had said, there are great recent reviews too where people are reviewing it for 5 stars. So I guess it really just depends on your interest in this genre, which is I would call romance. There is a sequel to the book. It's called Behind You. The next book I want to book talk is Touching Spiritbear. This book I've read a couple of times, and I've really enjoyed it each time. So I gave it a 4-star rating. A little bit about the book from the back. Cole Matthews has been fighting, stealing, and raising hell for years. So his punishment for beating Peter Driscoll senseless is harsh. Given a choice between prison and Native American circle justice, Cole chooses circle justice. He'll spend 1 year in complete isolation on a remote Alaskan island. In the first days of his banishment, Cole is mauled by a mysterious white bear and nearly dies. Now there's no one left to save Cole but Cole himself. I recommend reading this book. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Gary Paulson book, but a little bit more grown up given the topic. There's also a sequel to this book too called Ghost of Spiritbear. I haven't read the sequel before. Up on the screen, there's some pictures of Ben, who is the author, and Buffy the bear. So Ben, the author, actually had Buffy the bear as a pet. And if you go to his website, which is listed there, it gives a lot of interesting information. But he lived with a pet bear for, I think it was 27 years, starting in 1984. The bear was given up by kind of a research facility that had been doing some research, and he was supposed to go back to the game farm or something. But because of some circumstances, the bear would have died. So Ben adopted him. And so it's a really interesting story if you want to read more about the bear, which is kind of, one of the things he used when he was talking about the bear in the book. So anyway, I'm currently reading some of the books that 7th graders are reading, and also a book that 8th graders will be starting soon, The Outsiders, 7th graders, and A Long Walk to Water, 8th graders. I read A Long Walk to Water last spring, and I'm reading it again right now so that I can be kind of in touch with what you guys are reading right now. So right now, I actually don't have another book that I'm planning on reading. So if you have a book recommendation, I would love to hear from you. There's another picture of Ben, the author, and Buffy the bear. So if you have a book recommendation, please email me at alexandra.austin@isd709.org. Thanks so much for joining me. See you next month.